Nancy and Leslie from Fit Tribe.
Hi.
So we are back with another Workout Wednesday for you. Today's workout requires 1 or 2 dumbbells. Leslie's going to use 2 dumbbells, so she can use a heavier weight for some of the exercises. But you can use 1 dumbbell for everything if that's all you have. If you're working out at a gym and you have a selection, use a weight that's challenging for each exercise. So it's 4 exercises, 4 rounds. You'll do 10 reps of each exercise, except for at the end we're going to do sit-ups and we're going to do 20 there. So it's goblet squats, to do 10 repetitions, 20 switch rows, so that's 10 per arm. You're going to do one arm, then the other arm. A curl and press, curling a weight and pressing it. So do 10 on one side, 10 on the other side using 1 dumbbell. You're going to do 20 sit-ups, and you're going to do sit-ups the right way, and we'll show you how. You ready to go?
Ready.
All right, Leslie's ready, so we're going to start off with goblet squats. Now, Leslie's already warmed up. You'll warm up before you do this exercise. If you don't know how to warm up, just go ahead to our YouTube box on our Facebook page. We've got a warm up for you right there. You ready? All right, goblet squats. So, Leslie's got her weight in her heels. She's pushing her butt back. You'll notice she's holding that weight very close to her body. Doing that keeps it close to her center of gravity. It's a lot less strain on her low back. She's going to do 10 really good reps. Her core is nice and tight as she's doing this. Knees are not tracking past her toes. Weights on her heels. I can put my fingers under her feet here, and I wouldn't get my fingers crushed because she's doing it just right. After 10, now she's going to switch over to switch rows. She's going to hinge over at her hips. Same weight. Hinge at your hips. And you're going to row. 20, 19, 18, 17. Let me take over counting so I can explain what's happening. Now she's hinging at her hips. She's not rounding her back at all. Every time she comes up, she's squeezing her shoulder blades together, working those postural muscles. Very, very good. She's got a slight bend in her knees. You don't want your knees totally locked out because you're going to as well, but you don't want to bend them too much either. Coming all the way down, rowing it all the way in. It's a very clean row. The most important part is that her back is nice and flat here.
Almost there.
2, and last 1. Great job. Now Leslie's going to rock through these, but at home or at your gym, you can pause as you need to and take rest. She's going to move through at the pace that she's comfortable with. All right, moving on to a curl and press. So she's going to curl the weight up, press it overhead. So do 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. 10. Now very important, you'll notice as she presses up, she stays real tight right here. What you don't want to do is lean back. It puts a crazy amount of stress on your low back, and you don't want that. At all times, you stay tight in your core. Pressing straight overhead. A lot of people have a habit, if they're tight in their shoulder, when they get up here, they lean back. It's very bad for your shoulder and your back. Very good. And I guess we'll do a better job of counting next time. We'll switch sides. And she curls, she presses again, not leaning back, nice tight core. Every exercise is a core exercise if you do it correctly. Very good. We like big movements that use lots of muscles. Here, she's using her core to stabilize herself. She's using her bicep to curl that weight up and her shoulder to press it overhead. Very, very good. Moving from there to sit-ups. So, sit-ups are an exercise that we see done wrong very often. It's not a curl up. You don't want to curl your spine up. It's very bad for your spine. You want to hinge right from your hips. If you're not in a position you can do that, you shouldn't do sit-ups. So, hands straight up, and she's going to push her chest and hands right up the ceiling. Notice, most of her motion is right here. She's not crunching her head in. She's not tucking her chin. She's pushing straight up. That's how you do a sit-up. She's going to do 20. If you can only do 5 sit-ups correctly, do your 5 sit-ups and go into a plank for about 30 seconds. It's safer and you're going to get more out of it. Those are perfect sit-ups. That is exactly how it's done. Push your fingers straight up. Notice her chest, eyes, and fingers all lining straight up. Stellar work. Nice job. So that's 1 round. Now, as soon as Leslie's ready, she's going to go ahead and do another round. We're doing 4 total rounds. At home, this may be a good time to pause, catch your breath, or hey, if you're like Leslie, you'll rock right through. Now, the most important thing I can tell you is, when it comes to exercises, say that this weight here, this 25-pound weight for you, wasn't challenging at 10 reps, don't do 15 reps. Use a heavier weight. Intensity beats duration every time. Again, form stays nice and clean. She's back on her heels. It doesn't get any better than that. Hinge at the hips. Straighten that arm out. Row it in. Shoulder blades get pinched together. Other side. Shoulder blades get pinched together. Very good. Soft in the knees. Back is perfectly flat. Very good. This exercise is working all the big muscles in her back. It's also working her biceps a little bit. But the prime mover here are those back and those postural muscles. I say it again and again. We all spend a lot of time like this. By doing exercises like this, we fix our posture, we stand up straight. You look confident, you feel confident, life just gets better. You may even get a raise at work. Keep going.
Will I get a raise?
Probably not. All right, so moving on to our curl and press. And she curls, presses overhead. Very good. Again, even as she's getting a little tired here, she stays very tight here. You have to be conscious of all times to stay tight. Because your body, as you get up here, if you're tight in here, your body will have a habit of letting go here, loosening up, and letting you lean back to get that weight overhead, causing stress in your back, which leads to, potentially a bulging disc, and the end result of that is a ruptured disc, which you don't want. Lifting heavy weights isn't risky. Using bad form is risky. Curling the weight, notice she stays tight here, no leaning back. Very good. If you find you can't get overhead without leaning back, you need to stretch your lat, foam roll your lat muscle, and stretch your lat. We've covered that in previous videos, and I'm sure we'll cover it again for you. Leslie definitely got her tickets to the gun show today.
I'm gonna run that one.
Okay. All right, so on to sit-ups again. So again, if you get tired, this is an exercise you don't want to do wrong. So if you've got to take a little bit of rest before you go again, or you've got to modify it with a plank, do so. Because a sit-up is not a crunch-up or a curl. Please, it breaks my heart when I see it. Don't do it to me. I need you to push your fingers and chest and eyes straight up. There you go. You got to realize, you're doing this to strengthen your core. Burning fat happens throughout your whole body. Doing crunches doesn't burn fat from your stomach. I know we think it's going to tone our belly, but the sad truth is you can't burn fat from any one area. It happens systemically. We're doing this to strengthen our core, so don't hurt your back thinking you're going to burn fat from here. This whole workout's burning fat from everywhere by jacking up your metabolism. Nice job. Time for round 3. We're halfway there. How we doing?
Good, good.
Kicking butt. What you guys don't know is, right before this, Leslie was doing barbell squats, and right after this, she's going to do a Fit Tribe workout. So she's a trooper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think if everyone squatted just like that, we finally have world peace. And moving on there, we'll switch rows. Again, hinging at the hip. A little bit lighter. Nothing wrong with that. The more rest or a little bit lighter if you're running out of steam, that's fine. There you go. The form stays the same. Nice hinge at the hips, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Let's hit a little more forward. There you go. Good. Remember, if you're like this, gravity has less effect on the weight. The more you hinge over, the more effect gravity has. You want a straight line of pull. You never thought that lever arm stuff learned in 3rd grade would come into play working out, but it in fact does. Very good. All right. Doing one arm at a time here is a lot for you. Because you've got to stabilize one side, she's not able to allow her body to move side to side, so it adds her release in this movement. And she's actually focusing on keeping her core tight, even using her hand to make sure she doesn't lean back as she does this exercise. That's the way it's done. shoulders working, biceps are working, your shoulders are working. It's even building character. Very good. And I recommend, for you guys at home, if you have trouble knowing if your core's engaged, put your finger there and pushing you with it, making sure your core's tight, can really help you get an idea of what that feels like. And she's moving on to your 20 sit-ups. Sitting up, drum her hips. Boom, right there. 2, 3. Chest, eyes, hands, all going the same direction. Not crunching in like this, not curling, just sitting straight up. Like I said, if you can't do a sit-up, just do a plank. It's not worth risking your back. Very good. Almost there. And keep pushing. You got one more round after this. Very good. Time for the last round. If you guys have to pause, get it together, and push hard. Like I say it again and again and again. You're better off giving yourself a little bit of rest, using a heavier weight, than using a light weight and going through. We're not trying to do cardio, we're doing strength training, metabolic strength training, to boost up your metabolism. Cardio burns calories while you're doing it. Metabolic strength training will burn calories for up to 72 hours after. You tell me what sounds like a better plan. Very good. Form still nice and clean. And going to our switch rows. Hinging at the hips. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, pulling those shoulders together, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Blasted through those. All right, back to our presses. Again, one at a time makes it that much more challenging. Gotta keep your core tight, and the time under tension, the amount of time you're doing the exercise is increased, makes it a little more challenging. And there's a time for both. Sometimes you want to use a heavier weight and get it done quickly and pound through them. Sometimes you want to isolate a little more. We're not isolating muscle, but we're isolating this whole system. Versus, it's one thing to do just a raise, working a small muscle, not a good use of your time. But she's using biceps, shoulders, and triceps to do this, one side then the other side, which adds some core engagement. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Great job. Not touching the weight again. Put that down, 20 sit-ups, and this workout Wednesday is complete. All right. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Push straight up. Good. You got it. I'm not counting. I hope you are. No? We got to count next. 10. There we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Nice job. All right. So, great job. So, there's another Workout Wednesday. Look forward this Friday. We'll have another Finisher Friday for you. And don't forget, you want to combine one of our warm-ups, the Workout Wednesday, and Finisher Friday for an absolutely awesome, complete workout. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the workout.